And I already know that as soon as the document gets out, I'm going to have a lot of concerned followers in my DMs saying, you're going to get sued, blah, 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 blah. They'll do this, whistleblowers, blah, whatever. I knew that. I expect that. But I want everyone to rest assured that there is nothing left to take from me, as Jana Nattermann with Toscano Law in Virginia Beach, Virginia, already came along 3 years ago and took everything. My home, everything. I was married to Joshua for a decade. And when I entered that marriage, that legal union, I had property, I had an annuity, it was healthy. Well, and I was left after being a dutiful military wife for a decade. This woman, Jana Nattermann with Toscano Law in Virginia Beach, Virginia, found it appropriate to leave me literally homeless, living in my truck, or at least putting Joshua in a position to leave me completely homeless with zero resources, nothing, and disabled. Even though she knew that I was disabled. She knew. Jana Nattermann with Toscano Law, Virginia Beach, Virginia, knew that it was documented through the military that I was very, very sick. She didn't care. She wanted the money. This kind of greed, this kind of disgusting, deplorable. My child was bought and sold. This woman is a danger to every mother. I worry about this person's children because if she can do this to other people's children, what goes on in our own home, I don't know. But I can tell you 100% for sure there is nothing left to take. I had to sell the truck that I was living in. I have nothing. This person has made it so that I have nothing. And she has Jonathan Brown, CPS, in cahoots so that I can't get Medicaid now either. Even though he was very certain about me having Medicaid when he fraudulently used it for Dr. Tuesday Smith, and we'll get into that too. She's trafficking children. She's selling children. I wonder how much she made off of my daughter, off of my trauma. I was left in the streets to die. And there are laws for women who have been married so that abusers cannot do that. Jana Nattermann with Toscano Law in Virginia Beach, Virginia, clearly does not believe in those laws because she not only encouraged it, she committed actual crimes to make it happen. And then she stole my daughter. And now my daughter is being raised by my abuser and the one that abandoned her when she was 7 and didn't see her until she was like 9. He saw her a handful of times every now and then for 2 years. The woman that this educated individual, Jana Nattermann with Toscano Law in Virginia Beach, Virginia, feels like should be mothering my child is a convicted felon with multiple drug charges. And Jana Nattermann thinks that's who should be mothering my beautiful daughter rather than her therapist mother. And Jana Nattermann, with Toscano Law in Virginia Beach, Virginia, is willing to commit felonies on court documents to make that happen. There's nothing. You can't take anything. You already took everything from me. And then you took my kids. You've given me absolutely nothing left to lose, you know? So, if anybody wants to do anything to help, I have made a couple of different spread shops recently. One for the courthouse kidnapping, and all of this too, and I'll leave links below to the Facebook pages that I've set up, the YouTubes, etc. You know, whichever platform, I'll try to link everything along with the spread shops. I never in my life, you hear about this happening, but I didn't think it was happening here, not Virginia Beach. So thank you all for your attention. Once again, please share this video, share every video after this to anyone you can think of, any attorney, any public official, any media outlet. Share it. Share the document. This needs to be seen, because now that I know what I know it isn't just happening to me. And I'm strong enough, and I have the privilege of having a background in talk therapy, unlike Miss Jana Nattermann here. But what about all the innocent parents who don't? My heart breaks. My heart breaks. So, yes, thank you again. And I think we need to speak up. You can't buy our children and sell them to their abusers. No, absolutely not. Thank you guys.